Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to see how to draw this beautiful sketch. And mainly I'm demonstrating this for you guys to understand how light and shadow effects work, and we can use it in any interior or exterior projects in the future. So this is going to be a very good exercise for you guys, and mainly we are using technical pen, soft brush and Nicorel, and then the smudge tool and the clipping mask option, and everything are inbuilt free brushes from Procreate. So firstly, let's go to canvas, and we are going to use a reference image for this and try to imitate the same. Go to image, import image, and you can select an image that is downloaded from Procreate or Google of any choice. Just Google light and shadow sketches, so you will get sketches like these for your reference. So I've chosen this, and I'm using this Procreate pencil. Everything is inbuilt and free, you guys. So in a new layer I'm going to sketch this. So this is going to be our guide for the main sketch. Every time I make a rough guide for us to guide us throughout the sketching process. So firstly, this pencil, it feels like a real pencil on a paper, so that is why I chose this Procreate pencil. And so as you can see, I'm exactly imitating how it is there in the picture. Also guys, please don't take the stress of imitating it exactly like how it is. In this sketch I'm going to show you how we can take the liberty on our own, but at the same time use the same concept from the picture. So the concept is almost ready. And I'm going to reduce the opacity. And in a new layer, I'm going to use the technical pen, and also go to the drawing guide option and choose the symmetry option. So you're going to see how useful this is going to be. Just make sure your layer is assisted, and look at this, you guys. It just gets mirrored on the other side, and you don't have to stress too much about the sketch. And in this particular sketch we are not going to have this layer on, so this is just for us to guide the shapes and the shading process throughout. But at the end this sketch layer is completely going to be switched off, so it's okay. Don't take too much stress on drawing out the outer sketch exactly like the image. This image is just for your reference, just as an example, that's it. And again, just move it. You have to go each time to the drawing guide to move it to another position. See, I'm just using free hand, and you can just be flexible with your hands and don't stress too much. So I'm drawing each and every element within the same layer. And later I'm erasing all these intersected lines. And I'm also drawing the table. I'm drawing the cloth. Also the cloth I'm drawing in a separate layer, because I don't know, for just emergency purposes I just wanted it to be in a separate layer. But you can draw it on the same layer, like as a single sketch. It wouldn't be a problem. Making the nozzle for the mug here, and erasing these extra lines. And in a new layer I'm going to drop this black color, and then this sketch layer, I'm going to add an effect. I'm going to add the divide effect, but before that I'm duplicating it and hiding one of the duplicated layer, just for like if something happens then you have a spare one. So yeah, so as you can see, I've converted these lines into divide, so you can see like the white the lines on a black background. So now I'm selecting the mug using the freehand selection tool, as you can see, and in a new layer I'm going to color drop, and just above that new layer I'm selecting another layer and owning the clipping mask option, and on the clipping mask layer I'm going to add all the effects. So I'm using the soft brush pen here. Just reduce the radius of the brush. It need not be of a particular size, but use it according to your comfort. And I'm using a black color to imitate the shadows as shown in the reference image. So don't put too much pressure on the brush, if not it will be too dark. So you just have to very slightly brush over, and here you can see that I'm giving depth, like exactly like how it is in the image. So as you can see, the light is affecting this part from the right side, and all the left side portion is dark. And guys, I'm using the smudge tool option to just smudge these corners, just to make it soft and subtle, so it looks very seamless and it looks natural. If you just use the soft brush pen, it's going to be very sharp and it's going to look very like a duplicate version. So just try to use the smudge tool and just soften these edges. And I had forgotten to draw these handles, so again in the same sketch layer I am drawing the handle, and I'm just going to fill it with the gray color. And then again with the soft brush pen on the clipping mask layer, the same clipping mask layer of the mug, and a black color, I'm going to give the shade. So the black, it's going to be black beneath the handle because of the shadow again. So there you go, I've created the depth. And we are going to use this Nico Rull. So again, we are going to use a different layer for this, and switch on your clipping mask. And I'm going to increase the size of the brush slightly, and I'm reducing the opacity of the layer as well, so it's going to be a very slight effect. So we are going to give this rustic effect on our mug as shown in the image. So with the reference, we are just sketching our own version of the sketch. And also, while you're going to practice this sketch, you're going to clearly understand how light and shadow works on any image, you guys. So since we are in a field that is very much creative, mainly interiors, architectures, architectural plans, elevations, so it's very important for us to know the shadows, the depth of elements, and how it's going to affect each of the elements that we create. So yeah. And another trick is just continuously layering with black and white upon the image again and again until you are satisfied with what result you get. And now I'm choosing this mug option using this freehand selection tool and in a new layer. So each element, make sure to color fill in a new layer, and you just have to use clipping mask to give the effects. I'm long pressing on the color that I want so that the color gets selected, and I'm just going to push this sketch layer above so you can see the sketch clearly. And I'm going to create a new layer again on top of this and add the clipping mask option. I'm going to use this Nicoral brush to add the rustic effect, and I'm copying the image exactly like however it is. So here you can clearly see again towards the left side there it's become very dark because there's no light, there is shadow falling, and towards the right it's completely bright. So let's imitate the same thing. Also guys, if you want to practice the same sketch, then make sure to go to your settings and adjust your playback speed, so the video is going to be very slow and you can draw with me. So look at this. If you had noticed, I'm just layering with black and white colors continuously on that clipping mask layer until and unless I'm satisfied with the results that I've got. So here I'm not making sure to exactly copy from the image, but slowly I'm getting a grip of light and shadow. So here you can see I have switched off the sketch layer, and now I know that I have to sharpen this mug. So again, using a soft brush pen, I'm giving this highlights so that I can sharpen these edges. Also, if you think realistically guys, not everything is going to have a outline to it, right? So it's very important for us to think from that aspect as well. So each time you can switch off the sketch layer and see if your image is sharp or not, and just use a soft brush pen to sharpen it. And here you can see from with technical pen with a black color I drew this groove, and on that same groove I'm drawing it with a white color, so you can see a groove, a shadow within that single groove is so effective. So again here, see, now you can see a drastic difference in our mug. Now it looks even more sharper. I'm switching on the layer again, and in a new layer now I'm going to select this little pot using the freehand selection tool, and I'm going to color fill it. Just long pressing on this reference image for the color to get that gray, and then I'm color filling it. You can use your own colors as well. It's not necessary you have to use only the same colors from the image. I'm just showing you different options to make it easier for you guys if you want to create the exact same image. And I got this image from Pinterest, you guys. I just typed in light and shadow sketches on cutleries, and you will get these kind of images. So you can download it, and you can also refer to my video and sketch accordingly. So here you can see our white line sketch is very much important since it guides us correctly with respect to shapes and lines and all that. So here I'm trying to imitate these grooves, so I'm using the Nicoral to fill up these grooves, and all that I did on the clipping mask layer. And I switched off the sketching layer so that I'll be very much clear about how I want to shape and how much I need to sharpen my image, my objects, sorry. And here you can see I'm giving that depth. So under each groove you can see that depth. Again towards the left side I'm making it darker. I'm using another layer of clipping mask. You can use n number of clipping mask and it's going to keep adding on to your effects, you guys. But just make sure your clipping mask layers are above your main filled layer. It's just like Photoshop. See, I'm sharpening these upper grooves slowly. So in this one single video, I'm trying to cover a lot of tips and tricks for you guys. So see here, just beneath the groove, I'm giving this slight black shadow so that the groove is embossed. So we can use the same method while doing a sofa. So you know, we get these corner stitches on sofas, on any kind of fabric. And again here towards the right side, I'm making it lighter. I'm using the Nicoral just to give it that, you know, rustic effect. You can also use the soft brush pen for the same. And again in a new layer, I'm going to select the table. I'm going to color drop this light grayish color and switch on a new layer, clipping mask. I'm going to use this light gray using a soft brush pen. I'm going to give the shadows, just imitating with that of the sketch. And again I'm using this Nicoral brush to give it that rustic look. So as you can see, I just selected this front rectangular portion because now we need to give the depth. So this is the front side of the table. So I'm planning to fill it separately. If not, it is going to merge with the top and it's going to look very much in 2D. And here I'm just going to see, I'm again layering it with black and white over and over again. That is how it works, you guys. Like, you know, like until and unless you feel that yeah, you've got it right, you just have to keep layering over and over. So see, again on the black part I layered it with this bright white color. And I'm selecting this portion right here and I'm color filling it with this dark gray. So since there is no light, it's going to be dark gray in there. And again with a soft brush pen, I'm going to give this dark shadows. We are getting there, you guys. So it almost looks like the original image, doesn't it? Look at that. Without the outline, it looks so defined, isn't it? That's the importance of clipping mask and selecting each part of the table so we can get the depth right. And now I'm going to select this cloth, you guys. It's the most interesting part of this sketch. Why? Because it gives the freedom for us to not follow exactly like the image, because it's going to confuse you and you're not going to learn the concept behind the light and shadow. So one of my initial videos were about how to make a realistic bed. In that I had shown you clearly how to make a, like a folded kind of fabric texture. So that is what I'm going to show you here again. So with the guide of the already drawn cloth, I'm going to slightly offset a little bit with my own thinking, and using a soft brush pen and a darker color, maybe a black color, I'm going to create these folds right here. Just slightly brush onto this cloth, so you'll be able to get this kind of folded effect. Like very slight lines like this. And here and use the smudge tool to smudge off these edges very slightly. So there you go. It looks silky, it looks natural. So this is what we want, and we are going to continue literally the same thing throughout this cloth. So the edges, I'm going to make it darker. Make sure all these lines, the black lines, are in a new layer and it has the clipping mask option on. You're literally gonna repeat it again and again for all the objects. See, I'm drawing I'm making this shadows using the soft brush pen, and I'm going to simultaneously use the smudge pen to smudge it off then and there. So it's not going to look like as if it's made up or very artificial. So we are going to make it look as natural as possible. So even the grooves that I'm drawing is according to the table, you guys. So you have to make sure that the front side is horizontal and it's going to fold there. So I'm concentrating on that middle part because the cloth is going to be folded because of the table. So you have to make sure to use your own ideas and at the same time keep in line with the concept. So see guys, we effortlessly created this tablecloth, and again I'm going to use this smudge tool, of course, to smudge out and smoothen these sharp edges very effortlessly. So I think the tablecloth is slightly smaller than the original image, but then it looks good. And in the original layer, you guys, the original filled layer, I'm just smudging these edges slightly because it looks very sharp at the moment. So not the clipping mask layer, but in the original layer of the tablecloth, I'm just smudging these edges out. So yeah, it looks much softer now. And let's give the shadows beneath the table. So we had used two clipping mask layers for the table, so you need to see which one is above or right beneath the tablecloth layer. Select that layer and give these shadows. Don't put the pressure on the pen, so you're gonna get that kind of dark effect. Slightly move on the screen, you guys. Don't put too much pressure. And again on the tablecloth clipping mask layer, I'm just giving this touch-ups. See, now it's coming to life slowly. I hope this is not confusing for you guys. Very simple, you guys. Like I told you in the beginning, just fill in and just use your clipping mask layer, and it's just, you will figure it out. And here so I'm just showing you where the light is affecting. This is the horizontal line where the cloth is folding like that below, and towards the left are our shadows. And beneath each of the items we need to remember to put the shadows. So this is the light source and this is the shadow, and in each groove make sure to darken your shadows like that, and you will be good to go. And on our black layer, just above that, switch on your clipping mask. I'm going to use the soft brush pen on the clipping mask layer to draw these rays of light. Again, don't press your brush don't put pressure on your brush. So very slightly like this. The slightest movement on the iPad would give more effect than you expect, you guys. So you don't have to put that pressure. Very slightly. Look how beautifully we are forming the light source. Again, in a new layer, clipping mask, take your black color, and using the same soft brush pen, just slightly hover around your light source. Until and unless you're satisfied comparing with your picture, you keep layering with your black and white. I'm going to use this Nico Coral and again a black color, and I'm going again, don't press, it's going to give you that dark effect. You can also decrease your opacity of the brush and very slightly move your brush around. Just make sure to increase your brush size and very slightly move around your image, you guys. So see that there is already that effect falling into place. So yeah, you can use the white shade as well as the black shade. You can keep layering over and over again, and slowly you can see the transformation. And now it's time to give our final touch-ups for each object. So I'm just going to highlight the light side and the dark side again for each object. Again, use the soft brush pen, and on each of those clipping mask layer that you had created for each object, yeah, just go back to that and just give a final touch-up, guys. We are just sharpening the edges. So here I'm going to teach you another trick. Just keep in mind the shape of the image, and you give your shadows accordingly. So what I mean by that is, just imagine your shape first, and imagine your light source, and divide your shape for the depth. So that is going to be your dark, and this is going to be your light portion. and that is going to form your shape automatically. So we won't be needing an outline to define our shapes, so it automatically defines our shape with the light and shadow alone. So one simple trick I would tell you guys: go out, look around, be observant of each and every object under a light source, and see how the light and shadow works on each and every object. Especially for us being in an art field, in a design field, in a creative field, we need to be very observant around us and see how beautiful and natural things are, and how naturally every object are defined on its own. So yeah, so that is what I'm doing here, you guys. For each and every object, I'm just, like for makeup, you give a touch up to, like until you're satisfied or until you're happy, and until it's very evident. So you give the contours for your cheeks, contours on your nose. So exactly like that. I'm very sure the guys watching this video would have also seen a lot of makeup videos on Instagram, right? So the contouring and all that, the power of contouring, that, right? So use the same concept for your sketches and it's going to create wonders. So it's not just for sketches, you guys. Even for interiors, if you draw a wall, it is going to have its shadow. You draw a lamp, it is going to have its shadow on the wall. So that is the main motive of the sketch. See, again, I'm giving all these highlights, especially here inside the pot. Also, I was thinking if the light falls, then inside the pot, one side is going to be light, the other side is going to be dark. So once you start detailing each and every little portion, it's going to be very easy for you, and the sketch is going to define by itself very effortlessly. See, the more I'm starting to layer, the more I'm starting to contour each of these objects, it's taking its shape, isn't it? So you can clearly see our sketch layer is completely off. We are killing it, you guys. Okay, so light source, rays of light, and I'm going to depict the light portion in orange. So what are the light portions? This part here on the table is going to be strong. So the light is at an angle, so it's going to slightly fall here on the right side of each object, like that, and also a little bit on the rear left end of the table as well. And all the left side of every object is automatically going to be dark. Just remember that whichever side the light source is, if the light source is at the right side, every left part is going to be, at least some shadows it's going to have, you guys. Okay, so yeah, that is it, you guys. So did you understand this concept? And if you enjoyed this light and shadow video, if you want me to do more of this, just let me know and I will come up with new video. But yeah, this is just going to be one once in a blue moon kind of a video, just to for you to understand the concept of light and shadows. But mostly, as you know, it's going to be related to design, interiors, exteriors, architectural, landscape, etc. So yeah, you guys, so just let me know if you tried it out and if it helped you. I'm very sure this lesson is going to be very, very useful for you guys, even in your design field. So now you might understand how easy light and shadow works for us, right? So yeah, that is it for today's video, you guys. And I have also started my new Instagram page, so please make sure to follow there for short content, for reels, and support me there as well. And for people who are watching it without subscribing to my channel, please do subscribe, you guys. Only then I'll be motivated to give the best for you all. And I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, always keep smiling because it reduces a lot of stress. Bye.